Question number 5, the Honourable David Parker.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Minister of Foreign Affairs. When the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade stated on 19 April 2012 that they were, quotes, finding an appropriate mechanism to meet Khalaf's concerns for, and then internal quotes, compensation, possibly through the joint venture, did compensation mean compensation or have some other meaning like not compensation?
The Honourable Tim Groser.
Well, Mr Speaker, I'm very glad that the member asked the question in very precise terms, because he is in fact quoting the words used by Mr Khalaf, not Mr McCulley. And Mr McCulley has right throughout this whole negotiation made it clear that the New Zealand government was not prepared to enter into a compensation agreement, but was seeking a broader partnership agreement, and that is the net effect.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, the Honourable David Parker.
Then does he agree with the Prime Minister who told New Zealanders yesterday on national radio, quotes, the deal was never about compensation?
The Honourable Tim Groser.
Yes.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, the Honourable David Parker.
Was the Auditor-General provided, prior to the payments to Khalaf being made, with copies of the document referred to in the primary question and the 5 March 2012 briefing note of what the Minister said when the Minister noted he would not want any financial contribution to be treated as compensation, as this would involve a plethora of lawyers and bureaucrats?
The Honourable Tim Groser.
Mr Speaker, well, my understanding is the Auditor-General, when she became involved, asked a series of questions which were entirely correct and legitimate, and they were provided answers, and at the end of the process, the Auditor-General said she was satisfied with the legality of the export, with the fact that it was within appropriation, and that the business case was improved.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, the Honourable David Parker.
Can he assure the House and the public that Treasury was provided with all relevant documents relating to the $4 million cash payment prior to it being paid?
The Honourable Tim Groser.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister, well, all the information I'm sure the Treasury was asked for was provided, and I would just like to quote you from the final communication, which is in the papers, from the New Zealand Treasury to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, quote, "We are now generally comfortable with the business case," dated 3 December 2013.
Supplementary.
Honourable David Parker, supplementary question.
Mr Speaker, I seek leave to table the document of the Treasury, which is on the day of the noting of the $4 million payment to Mr Khalaf, where Treasury says, and I quote, the Treasury has not been supplied with the business case from Deloitte.
So the member's seeking to table a page of the Treasury report. I'm just unsure. It's
briefing from the Treasury dated 18 February.
Pre-cab briefing from Treasury dated as the member just said. Is there any objection to that being tabled? There is not. That can be tabled.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, the Honourable David Parker.
Does he believe the control agencies of government, including Treasury and the Auditor-General, were properly informed about the true nature of these payments?
Mr Speaker,
the Honourable Tim
on behalf
Groser.
of the Minister, I'm sure the Minister and his officials went through all the necessary channels.
Supplementary question, Fletcher Tabuteau.
Was the Minister informed of the meeting between Mr George Asaf and the former Minister of Agriculture, the Honourable David Carter, on the 21st of January 2009? If not, why not?
Honourable Tim Groser.
On behalf of the Minister, well, I'm not privy to precisely when the Minister was informed of which conversations, but most certainly the Minister was informed of the general position of the Ministers in the new incoming government and worked his way through the issues as matters progressed.
Supplementary question, Honourable David Parker.
When the Minister of Foreign Affairs approved MFAT's providing compensation possibly through the joint venture, doesn't that prove that the joint venture documents are a sham designed to cover the true nature of those payments?
The
Mr.
Honourable Tim
Speaker, on
Groser.
behalf of the Minister, I'd have to listen very carefully to the way the phrase was used, but I think the way the member put the question, the answer would have to be, I reject the assertion, because the Minister has been completely consistent throughout that we were seeking a partnership. We were not prepared to enter into a compensation agreement. And Mr. Khalaf, who is the most important meat trader in the Middle East, is very important to this country, and I'm confident that this partnership will, in the long run, prove to be of considerable benefit to our country.
Question